time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, applied myself, I felt it in. No time for that doubt, they kinda
Let's go. Welcome to Unfazed, the first episode in 2025. We in a new year right now, and we got a great episode for y'all today. I got my boy AJ 2K, Mr. Artis Woods. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. I'm feeling good. You know what I mean? Birds then clinched him a playoff spot. You know what I mean? So I'm chilling, man. Lakers still got a lot of work to do, man. But for the most part, I'm feeling pretty good, man. I'm feeling real good, man. It's the new year. Had a great new year. Had a great Christmas. So I feel great today, man. I feel great. I know some Eagles fans don't, and we're going to get into that. But me, personally, I feel great.
Matter of fact, this is our first episode since Christmas, right? Yeah, since Christmas and New Year. We haven't done one since. Okay, well, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you, cuz.
Thank you. Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Hey, man, I'm feeling good too. Because the playoffs, you know, Commanders, you know, we in the big dance with y'all. You know, now who we play first round all determines on Sunday, but I'm pretty got a good idea of who we not gonna play because we gonna get that 6 seed. But without further ado, let's get right to the show. Listen, y'all. We got some good topics for y'all, but the first topic is kind of similar, you know, what AJ said. Some Eagles are kind of torn with this topic, right? Some are saying, you know what, this is a great idea, and some are saying, you know what are you doing? We have history to chase. Not really Eagles fans. People outside of Eagles Nation are really saying that, all right? But Saquon Barkley, they made the decision as a group, collective group, to rest Saquon Barkley and other players this Sunday against the New York Giants, so he will not break the record. He hit 2,000, but he will not break the record. So, AJ, was it the right choice to rest Saquon Barkley for this game?
Joe, first thing I want to say is the Eagles Nation, because it's not just the outside people. It's the people that are real fans of the Eagles that are so upset and in uproar about this, bruh. Relax, bruh. Calm down. And as QB1 would say, keep the main thing the main thing. That's been the goal since the start. That's been the goal at the midway point. It's the goal now. Keeping the main thing the main thing. Joe, when Saquon Barkley signed in Philadelphia, his goal was not to break the rushing record. His goal was not to score 20 touchdowns. His goal was not to rush for 2,000 yards. It wasn't to do none of that. It was to come and play winning football for a winning team. That was the goal. That was the goal. Now, while you're on a mission to a goal, you got a lot of sidebar activities that go on. You got a lot of things on the side of the road that is like, oh, it'd be nice to stop and pick that up. It might be nice to stop and get that. Or we can stop here and get a bag of chips. Oh, I like that lemonade, man. I am a little thirsty. Oh, we got honey buns over there. I'm a little hungry too. I got a little sweet tooth. It'd be nice to stop and get those things. But if those things have a chance at slowing you down, at getting to the end of the journey, which in our case is potentially the Super Bowl, there's no point in stopping. Keep on going. We've talked about this in the chats, Joe. I've talked about it on social media. I was going back and forth with some Eagle fans about this as soon as the news broke, because I was praying after they beat the Cowboys, rest everybody. This is what I wanted. Please rest everybody. I know we're not going to get the 1 seed. I know that's not a thing, but if we could put ourselves in position to just rest. We didn't have a bye week since week 5, Joe. Since week 5. If we could put ourselves in position to lock into our seed and rest before the Super Bowl, That's what we should do. And we put ourselves in position to do it. And you telling me we should throw Saquon Barkley out there for a rushing record? Now, I get it. I get it. This record ain't been touched in 40 years. We seen some of everybody go for the record, and nobody's been able to do it. And Saquon Barkley is the guy that's going to come and break the record, and he's going to reset the running back market, and everybody's going to value the running back now, and all of this stuff. It's all fine and dandy. Under these circumstances, I would have been okay with throwing him out there to chase this rushing record. If he had 50 or less yards to get, I'd have said, okay, do it. If we were locked into the 1 seed, knowing that we have a bye coming up no matter what, I'd have done it. If we were playing a team with something to lose, like let's say the Commanders or the Bengals or the Ravens, the Steelers, with something to lose, something to prove, I'd say, you know what? Go get it, right? Under those circumstances, if last year didn't happen, meaning in the last game of the season, we put our guys out there in a game that I won't say was meaningless, but we kind of knew how it was going to go. We knew we wasn't going to win the East, but there was a slim chance we could. And we lost AJ, Jalen Hurts, and Sidney Brown in the process. If that didn't just happen, maybe I'd reconsider. But under all of these factors, with everything that's going on, understanding the goal is to put yourself in position to win the Super Bowl, it's not smart to do, Joe. It's not smart to do. In 2017, you want to know what we did the last couple of weeks of the season? We rested, and we got to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl. In 2022, you know what we wanted to do? We wanted to rest, but we couldn't. We had to play the last game of the season to lock in the 1 seed. And why did we fight so hard to lock into the 1 seed? Not only for home field advantage, but to give our guys rest at the end of the day. And so the way I look at this, yes, the risk or the reward is great. Yes, it's something on the side of the road. It would be nice. It would be nice. But we got an end journey in mind. We got an end goal in mind. And at the end of the day, putting him out there along with the offensive line and our receivers and risking injury at this point is not the smartest thing to do. When you have a team right now that could go into the playoffs as one of the healthiest teams in the NFL to accomplish the true biggest feat you could accomplish in this league, the Super Bowl. And the last thing I'll say before you go, Joe, I was listening to a Ray Dillinger interview. And I brought this up before, and everybody laughed because you're going to listen to O.J. Simpson? I mean, O.J. Simpson at one point had the rushing record. I'm just saying. He had the rushing record at one point. So I want to throw this out there. This is something that he said. Ray Dillinger said he interviewed O.J. Simpson years ago, right? And he asked O.J. Simpson what's the greatest thing he ever accomplished in his career. And O.J. said, I accomplished a lot of great things. I had the rushing record for a while and da-da-da-da, but honestly, I would trade that all in for a Super Bowl ring. None of that stuff matters to me, honestly. If I could go back, I would trade all of that for a Super Bowl ring. And right now, I'm asking Saquon to do the same thing. Trade it in because we're going to need you for this playoff run. We're going to need you for a potential Super Bowl run. And this is the sacrifice we got to make in order to do it, man. So that's how I feel about it, Joe. I know a lot of people disagree. I know a lot of Eagles fans are in an uproar about it. I understand the allure of the record and this, that, and the third, bro. But at the end of the day, you put yourself in the best situation possible to chase a ring. I applaud Nick Sirianni for making this decision. A guy who we always criticize for taking unnecessary chances, unnecessary risk on 4th down and doing stupid stuff and all this stuff we criticize him for. Now he does something smart. And all of a sudden, how could he not put guys out there to chase this record? I think it's smart. I love the decision. I thank God he made the decision.
Well said. Now, was it the right decision? I'm going to agree with you. It's the right decision. All right, kind of shock you. It's the right decision. If you are in the Eagles organization and your goal is to win a Super Bowl, the right decision is to rest Saquon Barkley. And then I know in the chat I was giving y'all a lot of fits. I was giving y'all a lot of problems in the chat. And I even made a quote, which I think is a true quote, but it's a flip side to the quote. I said that it puts more pressure on the team to win the Super Bowl now because you sacrificing to win the Super Bowl, right? But what it also does, AJ, the team locks in more to win this Super Bowl, knowing what they had to sacrifice to get the Super Bowl. So now it's gonna feel like a fail. It's gonna really feel like a failed mission if y'all don't win. You know, because y'all had to give up something to get this thing to happen. And I agree with OJ. I also think that every single sports athlete who never won a championship, if they would trade all their MVPs, they would trade all their All NBAs, all pros, whatever the sport you in, to be a champion. Because everybody wants to be a champion, you know. So now, when it comes to ranking guys, running backs, nobody really talks about how many rings a running back got, unless you're Emmitt Smith, right? But we really talk about individual. The quarterback in football, the quarterback position and coaches are known for like wins and Super Bowl. Everybody else is based on your stats. But I get it though, and like you said, Saquon Barkley is a running back. He has an injury history. Right? Not just the injury history. Like you said, as a running back to get the record, you need the offensive line to be there. If offensive linemen are not going to be there, you're trying to get 101 yards with backups against the New York Giants, who's your previous team. Although you and Dexter Lawrence, y'all like real cool. You're real cool with some of the D-line. But there are some guys over there, I'm pretty sure, that I don't care about Saquon. He's not getting his record. All right? So that's that right there. So, and y'all haven't had a bye week since week 5. Now, that's the big thing right there. Y'all haven't had any rest. So I honestly understand. Like I told y'all even in the chat, I don't think it's a bad decision. I don't think it's a bad decision for him to sit if you're going to chase the ultimate goal. And like you said, what Jalen Hurts said, keep the main thing the main thing. If you're a true leader, you ask, hey, Saquon, hey, why are you here? You here to win a Super Bowl, right? This is what we got to do. If we really wanted to break that record, let's do it in 16 games. If not, you got to rest 17 games. I mean, your boy did it in 15. Why can't you do it in 16? You didn't do it in 16? All right, try next year. Because we trying to get a Super Bowl. So I get it. Now, on the flip side, I would understand if y'all would have decided to do it too. Because it's kind of like if they decide to do it, if the team came together and said, the O-line, especially the O-line, and they said, we want to get this record for Saquon because although we could win a Super Bowl, but this will submit his legacy and our legacy for real, the offensive line for history. Like no one has broken that record since what's his name did it back in what? What was it in the 80s? What's in the 80s?
Somewhere around in there.
Yeah,
early 80s.
So I understand that also. If the O line is, I honestly think it's up to the O line for real. Once the O line said they weren't playing, it was a wrap. So the O-line came together and said, we want him to get this record. Then that should have been the focal point all year for real. Which I don't think y'all, I think y'all were trying to chase a record because it's a Cowboy. Y'all ran the ball 30. He ran the ball 31 times. That's the most he ran all year.
We was trying to get to 2000.
So if y'all would have if Nick would have came out and said, we're going for the record. Saquon's going to play. I would respect that also. I want to look at him like he's crazy. I know you said that people would kill Nick Sirianni, all that stuff. I get it, man, because coaches do this all the time. Like I said, Smitty, y'all weren't going for a Super Bowl, but Smitty did that in his rookie year. He played in the last game of the season, went for a record. Chris Jones last year, he didn't have to play in the last game of the season, but he needed that bonus. They could have. Now that's more selfish. He's trying to get a bonus, and he still went out there and played and got his little sack, whatever. Travis Kelce didn't play, but he played. I told y'all about the New York Giants. The Patriots go out. They about to win a record. They came out with a full roster, didn't have to break this record, which I understand is more of a team record versus an individual record. But the Giants are like, if they playing their starters, we playing too. And that actually helped the Giants in the Super Bowl because they saw the Patriots and they met them again in the Super Bowl. So I respect both sides, but I 100% understand if the Eagles don't want to play Saquon. I get it.
Like I said before, Lane Johnson has dealt with injury this year. Mike Lotta has dealt with injury this year. Landon Dickerson has dealt with injury this year. Cam Jurgens has dealt with injury this year. Jalen Hurts is still a concussion protocol. AJ Brown has dealt with a hamstring issue this year. Devontae Smith has dealt with a hamstring issue this year. Bro, the whole offense has been hurt this year. During this win streak, some of everybody was going down with injuries. Like, it's been a grueling season for the team. And that's what I was trying to explain to everybody. Like, guys, it's been a grueling season for the team to have such an early bye. Now, we came out of that bye balling. We went on this run. We've done great. But along the way, we have had to overcome countless injuries on both sides of the ball for real. And so now, like I said, you have an opportunity to get guys the proper rest before this playoff run. And as an Eagles fan, I've been looking at this Eagles team like, I don't know if the Eagles lose in the playoffs, fully healthy, I'm looking at it completely different than I'm looking at it if the Eagles lose in the playoffs because somebody hurt. Oh, my goodness, not this year. Joe, not this year. If we lose, let somebody just be the better team that day. If we lose, let us get outplayed. Don't let us lose because we missing A.J. Brown or we missing, Landon Dickerson or we missing Saquon or we missing somebody, even if it's for a game. Even if it's for a game, it's not even a serious injury, but they just can't go this one game. I, as an Eagles fan, can't take that. And I know a lot of people are saying Saquon Barkley, if you don't get the ultimate goal, Saquon Barkley is going to regret this. Probably. I tell you what he'll regret more, though. If he goes for this goal, gets it, but somebody on this team gets hurt, he going to really regret it then. Or he gets nicked up and it's not the same in the playoffs. Then he going to look back and be like, all right, I was a little selfish, especially if it costs you a chance to compete for the Super Bowl, bro, which is the ultimate goal. And so I'm looking at this, man. Like I said, if last year didn't happen, Joe, we had something to play for last year. We had something to play for. And I was like, please don't play these guys. Don't do it. And we lost everybody. And if I'm not mistaken, it happened. It happened all within like the first quarter of the game against the same football team. Granted, it was on MetLife Field. It was in New York. We know that turf is crazy. But it all happened so fast. AJ went down. Then Hurts went down. Dislocated finger. I'm like, bro, take everybody out, please. Please, get everybody out of the game, please. And we went into the playoffs. Granted, we already was on a downward spiral anyway. So who knows if we would have actually won a playoff game that year, right? But the Eagles haven't lost a playoff game outside of the Super Bowl fully healthy, bro. With A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, our core together, we have not lost a playoff game, bro, besides losing in the Super Bowl to Patrick Mahomes. So, wait, my bad. Go ahead.
Y'all only played 2 games.
That's true. I mean, that's true, too. That's true,
and then one of the wins, the other team wasn't fully healthy.
But because we knocked one of them out, because we knocked them out. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is, it's just given our history, given what we've seen, let's say in the last 7 years, we've seen two scenarios where we went into the playoffs healthy, and in one case went to the Super Bowl, in another case, won a Super Bowl. Granted, Carson Wentz was hurt, Jason Peters was hurt, but we rested leading up to, right? And we had a situation just last year where we had a pretty good team, even though we was on a downward spiral, right? We played guys, we got hurt, and we got bounced in the first round. Which one would I rather have? I'd rather give myself that opportunity to go for it all, man, with this team. So I'm not mad at it at all. And I really thought Nick Sirianni was going to go for it. I really did. These other situations, Chris Jones, he can go the defensive line. He could go play. The rest of the D-line ain't necessarily got to play for him to get this. The Patriots, they had their season on lock. Whether we win or lose this game, whether somebody get nicked up or not, we at least got a bye week in order to get everybody ready for the next week. So you got to keep that in mind. The Giants, the Giants, I got nothing for them. They was just trying to prove a point. Like, oh, y'all going to try to chase it.
They were crazy myself. I'm like, what y'all doing?
Y'all going after it? Shoot, we going to do the same thing then. We ain't going to let y'all run it up on us. So the Giants are different. People brought up, I seen, James Jones bring up the fact that, the Bills are trotting out Josh Allen to get this record for the most games.
Hand the ball off and got the game.
Bro, I'm like, they're putting him out there for one play, bro. They're not putting him out there to get 100 yards on the ground. And again, the last thing I'll say is this, bro. Maybe the biggest thing that people gloss over is the element of who they are playing in this game, bro. They are playing a team in the Giants who not only have nothing to lose, but a team that Saquon was just playing for, a team that he torched earlier this year, a team that is embarrassed. Not only the players, but the front office is embarrassed by this. So you mean to tell me we got nothing to lose in this game? We got nothing to play for. All we got to do is stop this boy from getting the rushing record? Oh, we don't care who you throw the ball to. Jalen Hurts or whoever can drop back, y'all can throw the ball all day. But we might blitz our corners to make sure y'all don't get this record. It's so... And 100 yards, people, I know Saquon made it easy this year. 100 yards ain't easy to get, y'all. Just because he's done it. He did. But if people really paid attention to the Eagles this year, Saquon Barkley got most of his yardage in the second half of football games. If people really paid attention to the Eagles this year, including the Dallas game, if people really paid attention, Saquon Barkley got a chunk of his yardage closing games out. It wasn't the start because teams are loading the box to make sure you couldn't dominate the start in most cases. It wasn't the first half, get 100 yards and you're done. Especially if the team knows you're going to run the ball the whole time and they got nothing to play for. That wasn't going to be sweet. Saquon Barkley was going to be out there the whole game trying to get that record. So that's my take, man. I'm happy that Nick made that decision.
No, I do want to address this right here. Patriots, shout out to my man Dino Blaze. Patriots had 3 rings already. They had the right to try and chase a record. All right. So we're saying because they had 3 rings, they can afford to lose a 4th one. Well, Randy Moss was ringless last time I checked. Randy Moss ain't had no ring on that team. And Randy Moss was the reason why they were undefeated. Because him and Tom Brady chased the record. It wasn't just they played to get the undefeated record. They played to break the receiving and passing TD record that year.
Yeah.
So, and he ended up with no ring. So he had a lot to lose that year, and he always be like, man, that's one thing that's missing my resume is a ring, is a ring, is a ring. So let's say he got injured. So I get you though. If like my whole thing was let him try to get it in the first half. And to be honest with you, AJ, I know I said maybe it's some players, but Saquon's a good dude, bro. And they like Saquon over there. Like the players doesn't represent the front office. I don't think so. Because all of the front office want them to lose. And they went out there and won last week. Come on now. Yeah. No, so even the front office, they like Saquon. It's the GM that's tripping. The owner was like, man, I couldn't even sleep at night. We get rid of this. He's the face of our franchise. He's a superstar. They love Saquon over there. I do not think people will be out there to try to hurt that dude. I honestly don't think that. But would they be there to try to stop him? Yes, but I don't think nobody would let's try to injure him. Like, nah. Like
that's fair. So that's the fair
my whole thing was like let him try to get in the first half, which I think he could, to tell you the truth. It's the New York Giants, number one. And the man gonna be juiced up to get it. You know, so and if he don't get in the first half, have a seat. But I'm also okay with him not playing also.
Where it gets dicey, Joe, say he get 80 yards in the first half. You gonna put him out there? You go, bro. But then let's just say in the second half, first couple of plays, loss of yardage. You know what I mean? Like it's like, bro, it's like he's gonna. My whole point is, bro, he was going. If they was gonna put him out there, him along with their offensive line was gonna play more than a half. I think people just assuming he was gonna get it. Like, bro, it wasn't 20 yards.
Wildcat. Hey. We're gonna put like 8 tight end, not 8 tight end, 8 linemen in, and we're going Wildcat 3 plays in a row. You're gonna get these 20 yards. But here's the thing. Fair. You're right. Anything can happen. He can get hurt, but you can't predict injury. That's the thing. Like usually when you're trying to, we've seen situations, AJ, when people rest at the end of the season and then they come play and you like, dang, they should never rest. And then you see teams who didn't rest and then they still smooth. You know, so both sides of the coin could happen. But trying to manage injuries, that's a little different. But I get this situation because y'all haven't had a bye week since week 5. That's really the key. And what happened last year.
And we've typically been really good coming off of rest, off of bye weeks and off of first round buys. That's why we normally go. If we're the number 1 seed, we are normally in the Super Bowl. Like, so we normally do really well coming off of a bye week, especially at home. You know?
I'm just letting you know if I lose prize of Super Bowl, the memes are coming.
I want to.
The whole internet. I'm not talking about the whole internet.
Bro, I want to say this before we move on because we gotta get to our other topics. But I want to say this. I want to address that directly, bro, because I've heard so many people, so many analysts, not just the people in the chat and people everywhere. I've seen so many analysts say that you gotta go win it now. You better go win it now, bro. Before this. Bro, when we signed Saquon, I said we gotta get it done. When we signed Saquon, no, take that back. When we if you ask Kev, because me and Kev talked about this behind the scenes. When we drafted Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean in back-to-back rounds, the first thing I said to him, Super Bowl. First thing I said to him, we're going to the Super Bowl, bro. I need it this year. All right, bro, you gotta chill. Super Bowl, bro. That's me, bro. It's all anything short of that is disappointing to me, bro. Like anything short of that, people like, especially if you lose in the first round, especially if you lose in the NFC Championship game, especially if we get there and we lose to Mahomes again, I'm gonna be the same level of salty, bro. We need it this year. Simple as that. Like it don't rushing record or not, bro. I'm not gonna feel no better about it if he now maybe Saquon does, yes. Maybe some players do. Maybe some players do, yes. But as a fan, and I'm sure people within the organization, maybe other players on the team that didn't get let's say the receivers, Jalen Hurts, the defense, they gonna be still salty, like, bro, we really ain't get it done this year. So like,
see that's you though. That's how you feel. When it comes to the media, there is more pressure on y'all to win now because you sacrifice something. That's why, because you're putting something to the side for this goal. So now it's like, all right, bro, y'all better win now. Like y'all just gave up this 2000 this record. You gotta win now. If y'all would have lost before, people still would clown y'all. But now it's more because of the sacrifice y'all making.
Hey, like you said, hopefully this helps them lock in even more, man. Hopefully they lock in even more.
Yeah, that's what it should do. It should. Do it for Saquon. Do it for Saquon. Do it for Saquon.
Sir. And Saquon, do it for yourself because we gonna need you, my brother. It's the reason why you're resting. you might get 30 carries every game. You just might. Brother. So take care of yourself during this time right now.
Man.
But Joe, we gotta move on to our next topic, man. We got one of the biggest games of the year coming up in the NFL. Ooh. Sunday night. This is Sunday night football, right? The Sunday night game. We got the Minnesota Vikings against the Detroit Lions. Both teams with 14 wins on the season right now, bro. Only got 2 losses. And the winner of this game will get the number 1 seed in the NFC. The loser of this game, though, is the 5th seed in the NFC and will probably, in all likelihood, have to go on the road every game of the playoffs. In all likelihood, some funky things can happen, right? But in all likelihood, the loser of this game will be a 14-win team on the road every single game of the playoffs, which is insane. So, Joe, I got to ask you, man, after what you've seen this season, after what you've seen from the Lions and from the Vikings, which team do you think needs the number 1 seed more? Is it the Detroit Lions or is it the Minnesota Vikings?
This is a tough question because I have reasons for both teams, right? And when I look at Minnesota, my reasoning for them is Sam Darnold, new kid to the block, never really been in the playoff atmosphere. But then when you look at the totality of the team, they have a better defense. They have a defense that can travel, force turnovers, XYZ. Now look at Detroit. They were just in the NFC Championship game last year. They had the playoff experience. They're hungry. But then they got that weak defense, and it's going to be tough to hold tight for 3 games in a row to get to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions. I think the Detroit Lions need his number 1 seed more than the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, I feel like both domes, they both play indoors, are rocking when you play them. You're in Minnesota. You probably know more about it than I do, but I hear that it's so loud in there. It's hard to play.
It's lit, bro. It's lit. It's one of the best game day atmospheres you'll be a part of, bro. I kid you not.
That's what everybody been saying. Like, it's one of the hardest places to play, and it's so loud in there. And then they're both teams. They're both exciting teams. They do these crazy celebrations. They get the fans involved, right? So, but Detroit, man, that defense, man, I'm sorry. It kind of solidified with me that last Monday night game against the 49ers. AJ, they had a score every single drive for real, except for one, which they could have scored, but I think they went for it. They didn't get it. They scored on every single drive and only won by 1 possession, and they forced 2 turnovers, bro. Like it's so hard for them to they're gonna have to play like that. Like you look at if they go on the road, they will have to play Tampa, who already beat them, or they'll have to play either Tampa or they have to play who's the other team? I'm tripping right now.
Is it the Rams?
Rams, who's another good offensive team who could put up points, right? So and then they beat one of them. It's gonna be tricky after that because you look at we can score points. The Packers, if one of the top seeds lose, we can score points. The Packers, y'all can score points. So it's like they need to have that bye week because if they can just survive 2 games on the road, not on the road, 2 games at home where they can force a turnover here and there and keep putting up them points and have a crowd on their side, it will benefit them more because Minnesota, their defense is legit. They're good with their scheme. They force a lot of turnovers. So I'm going to go with The Detroit Lions, they need him more.
In the playoffs, bro, to be honest with you, even though he's had a great season, I'm still not quite over what he used to be, and that is Sam Darnold. I'm still not quite over that. Now, granted, he's in a great situation. He's in a great system. He got great weapons and a great head coach. I'm not quite over what he used to be, what he used to be. So I'm not sure that they can go on the road and win a bunch of playoff games to get to a Super Bowl. But I know Detroit can't. I'm gonna be honest. I know Detroit can't. Oh, it's not happening. It's not happening. And spoiler alert, I think they're gonna win and get it. I think Detroit gonna win and get it and get bounced early. That's my spoiler alert. But Detroit most definitely, and you took the words right out of my mouth, bro. They definitely need, bro, not only because of the defense, bro. Talk about a team with a ton of injuries, man. They could use a week of rest. They could use a week where guys get some time. Maybe a few guys come out. I don't know about every situation with the injury report. I know they got some guys, a bunch of guys on IR. I don't know if this buys them more time, bro. But at the end of the day, bro, that defense, like you said, it is so banged up. It was playing at a high level when it was healthy. It was one of the more opportunistic defenses when it was healthy. But now that it's banged up, Jared Goff and that offense has to do so much. Trust me, Carl. One team I don't fear at this point is Detroit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Not with this defense. I'm gonna just be honest. Because my team, I trust to get stops, bro. They gonna get some stops every now and then. Y'all gonna have to get some. Detroit gonna have to get some stops, bro. And if they can't get some stops, they not beating Philly. I'm gonna just put it like that. In the case of the Vikings, though, the Vikings, and this is gonna sound disrespectful because they are a 14-win team. Maybe ultimately they'll be a 15-win team. So normally you say this phrase for a team that is like the Rams, they're 8-6, or like the Commanders, in the 6th seed. You save these type of things for guys that are like underdog picks. But like when I say the Vikings are the scariest team in the NFC, they are the scariest team in the NFC, no matter their position, in my opinion. If Sam Darnold plays the way he's been playing in the regular season, in the playoffs, whole NFC in trouble. I'm going to be honest. Because they can run the ball. They got options on the outside. They got a great tight end. And their defense is ridiculous. Dude, I don't know why all these teams keep passing up on Stephon Gilmore, bro. I don't understand it, bro. Stephon Gilmore is still playing at a high level, bro. Stephon Gilmore is still making plays. Stephon Gilmore can still give you number one problems, bro. If people really been watching him like that, he's still like that, bro. So this defense is ridiculous. One thing I do keep an eye on, though, they tend to kind of let teams back in. They'll have a big lead, then they'll let teams back in games late. The Eagles also kind of have that problem at times. They get a big lead, then they kind of let teams back in unless Saquon is running the clock out on guys, right? But at the end of the day, bro, that defense is serious, bro. Like they are a legit team, and it all falls on Sam Darnold because I know the receiver's going to be there. I know the coaching staff is going to coach, offensive coordinator, defense coordinator. They got everything you need, really. They just need him to play really good football. So that's why I say if they have to go on the road, I trust them more than I trust Detroit because Detroit's defense is not going to travel well, bro. Now, in Detroit, they might play a little better. You got the home crowd. The offense is struggling to get the play call in, and you're struggling at the line of scrimmage. But you got to go on the road. It makes it harder on your offense. It makes it harder on your defense. And Jared Goff can fold too, to be honest. He can. It's possible. It's doable, especially on the road. And so Detroit needs it. And like I said, I think they're going to get it. And Joe, and like I said, maybe this is an Eagle fandom coming out, but I think the road to the Super Bowl still going to end up coming through Philly. I really do, bro. I think the Vikings are going to lose this game. The Detroit Lions are going to be the number one seed in the NFC, but they're going to come out in that wild card round, or they're going to come out in that divisional round, probably play Minnesota because Minnesota will be the 5th seed, and I predict they'll be the team that's the lowest seed that wins in the playoffs.
They'll play us if we beat our first round matchup.
But see, I'm not predicting y'all gonna win your first round matchup. I'm just saying, I'm not predicting. But y'all the 6th seed though. But I don't know about y'all beating them. To be honest, bro, Jaden Daniels is so young, bro. I gotta see the rookie in the playoffs. Maybe
the Rams or Tampa Bay gonna beat them.
You said what?
You think Rams or Tampa Bay are gonna beat them?
I mean, Tampa. I mean, like I said, if the Vikings lose this game, they're the 5th seed. I think that the division winners, outside of whoever that 4th seed is, which would be probably Tampa, if the Vikings beat Tampa, which will probably be their first round matchup the way it's unfolding, then they will be the team that the Detroit Lions will have to see in the divisional round, because they'll be the lowest seed if the Eagles win, and if the Rams beat y'all, they'd be the lowest seed. So you got to come right out of the gate and play a division rival. Play him again for the 3rd time, bro. And this ain't no slouch of a team. The team knows you well. I could definitely see the Vikings pulling it off, especially if Sam Darnold already has a playoff win under his belt. I can see them in the NFC Championship game. I can see it, bro. But Detroit, like, you don't want to go play Baker Mayfield on the road with this defense, bro. You don't want to go play the Rams on the road. You don't want to really see many teams on the road with this defense, bro. Expecting the offense to drop 40. They need the offense to score 40, bro. In the playoffs, the Lions need it more, bro.
See, so we agree on the ultimate decision, but I'm not. I still think Detroit can go on the road and win, though. I think they can go on the road and win. Who needs it more? I say Detroit because of defense. And to give Minnesota props, Minnesota has a complete team. Yes. They have a complete team. You know, and that's why you said no matter what situation they're in, they can win that game because they have what Green Bay is striving to be. Because Green Bay kind of have all the pieces too, you know what I mean, on both sides of the ball, but they just can't put it together against the bigger teams. But Detroit, man, let's be real. I'm gonna give the offense props because not having a good defense, it kind of, when you know you don't have a good defense and you know that the team is relying on you to score, you kind of play more loose because you know that like you try more things, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, like Ben Johnson's more in his trick bag, you know. So and then
they
also,
go for it more on 4th down, even more.
That's every offensive player dream. Go for it every 4th down. Oh yeah, we going for this. So you know it's a 4th down territory every time. And I do want. I understand, Carl. The Lions are undefeated at home, but you gotta realize since when. All right, look, they road teams, right? And like back early November 10th, they played the Texans, right? And we know what happened with the Texans team. He threw 5 interceptions. They still won a game because C.J. Stroud, they ain't looking the same. But since then, they only played 3 games on the road against the Colts, the Bears, and the 49ers at the end of the season. So, like, they haven't really been against a playoff caliber team
on the road.
On the road outside of the division. They did play Green Bay before the Texans. They played Minnesota. But outside of Green Bay and Minnesota, they haven't really been on the road against a playoff caliber team. So it's not going to be the same going against Minnesota for the 3rd time if you beat them, right? Sorry, you might if you lose to them, you'll be at home. You'll be on the road. So me with Minnesota for the 4th time. Sorry, 3rd time, my bad, on the split game. Or going, like you said, going to Tampa, who beat y'all in Detroit. So, but I still, AJ, think they could get through the NFC. You know, they still a good team. They still have a good coach, good culture. And I think you too down on them. All the injuries, they overcame all the injuries and still are able to win all these games. They did lose to the Bills, 48-42, but the Rams got put up all those points too on them. Like, why are we confident on the Rams beating the Detroit Lions when it's the same game happened with them? And they were in the same situation. But, and then, y'all, like I get you an Eagles fan. You an Eagles fan. But don't sleep on the Packers. Don't sleep on the Packers. You think y'all just a shoe win into the 2nd round? That ain't the case, bro. That is not the case. Go ahead.
I know a lot of people, that's going to be a lot of people's upset pick. They're going to lose to the Packers. The Packers, Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs and all these other. Okay. I'll let people, know Jair Alexander. Who checking AJ?
He hasn't played in weeks.
Who hasn't?
Jair been hurt.
And look at how their defenses looked in the process of him not playing. It ain't been good.
Maybe they had their only shutout in the season.
I mean, against the Saints.
What's the point of time?
Man, no, I don't want to make the comment. We just talked enough about Philly, so I ain't gonna make the conversation about Philly. But what I'm gonna say is the playoffs, as we all know, is much different than the regular season, bro. We've seen some of the best teams in the regular season go to the playoffs and not be able to get it done. Like we've seen that. Shout out to Ant.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen that so many times. We've seen great teams go to the playoffs and not be able to get it done, bro. And when I look at this Detroit Lions team, like they're going to, no matter who they see, they're going to have to get stops at some point, bro. They're going to have to force turnovers. They're going to have to be, at the very least, opportunistic, bro. I think it's going to be a lot to expect that offense to carry you to a Super Bowl, bro, without your defense stepping up and making plays. They at least got to be opportunistic, bro. And the way they have looked, granted, they got a few picks towards down the stretch against Brock Purdy, but the way they have looked against some of these, the way they have looked this regular season, I just feel like in the playoffs against these playoff teams that they've already played before, that have already experienced what their offense can do, especially division rivals. Let's just say the Packers sneak through for the conversation point. Let's just say they see Minnesota. That's going to be a tough matchup for them, bro, if they defense can't get a stop come playoff time. Now, being at home, if they get home field, it will help. It will undeniably help. Being in Detroit, man, you got the crowd, everything that goes into going on the road and playing in Detroit. By the way, Jared Goff also plays his best ball in Detroit. So that helps. But they gotta be in Detroit to get to the Super Bowl, bro. I'm telling you right now, if they lose this Sunday, their season is over. They are not getting far, bro. I'm telling you.
They are built to play on the road because they can run the ball. You know, being able to run the ball and burn that clock, that's also a defensive tactic, also keeping the defense off the field. Keeping their offense off the field. I think they can win on the road. And Carl, yes, the Vikings lost to the Giants, but they didn't have Brian Flores as a defensive coordinator, I don't think. I think he was with Pittsburgh at that time. They had one of the worst defense in the league when the Giants beat them. They're like 30th in the league in yards.
Yeah, they didn't have Flores. They didn't have Flores at the time.
It's a whole different defense, but I don't know, man. Like you so sure they're gonna be one and done.
I'm saying this. This is what I'm saying.
On the road. No, I hope you say that.
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is, if they get the 5th seed and they match up against Tampa Bay. No disrespect, and
I know, right?
Still pick Detroit. I might still pick Detroit in that matchup, but they gotta go see the Minnesota Vikings fully healthy. I'm picking the Vikings at that point to win that game. I don't think they're going to Minnesota and beating the Vikings at home because I trust the Vikings defense to get enough stops and score enough points on that defense to get it done. I do in that situation. Now at home, we having different conversations because I think at home maybe that defense does get a couple stops and helps them, make that run that they're looking to make. But I just view them as a team that's so offensive. You think of some of the best offensive teams in the league, bro. Like some of the best teams that's Patrick Mahomes, even the Chiefs, bro. The Chiefs need you to get defensive stops to win championships and get to the Super Bowl, bro. When I think back on the Bengals game, when I think back on, the Buffalo Bills game, when I think back on the Ravens game, when I think about all the games they have played in the last few years to win the Super Bowl, as great as their offense has been in the playoffs, which even though in the regular season they haven't been that great, in the playoffs they've always been there for the most part. That defense, we stepping up, we getting sacks, we stepping up, we forcing turnovers. We saw what they did to Lamar. Like, they're going to have a performance where it's like, okay, the defense didn't win us this game, but it did just enough. It did just enough, bro. In the playoffs, bro, on the road, Joe, I think it's a wrap. I really do. But like I said, I think they're gonna have. I think they're gonna win. I think they're gonna win. And I want to see Minnesota get through the Bucks. And if they do, we're gonna be having some interesting conversations in like 3 or 4 weeks.
It's gonna be tricky though because think about this: the Bucks right now are 4th and the Rams are 3rd, right? But if the Bucks win and the Rams lose, they flip flop. The Rams are resting Matt Stafford.
Yes, yeah, right.
And they're playing the Seahawks, who got nothing to play for, but Geno, he probably playing for a job. So if Geno's playing, I'm not sure he's playing. Might be Sam Howell playing. But if the Buccaneers beat the Saints, which I believe they will at home, and the Rams lose, then we will be playing the Bucks, and the Rams will be that 4th seed and playing the 5th seed. So that changes the whole dynamic. So if Minnesota, if the Lions were to lose that game, they'll be playing the Rams round 1, not the Bucks. And if they get the number 1 seed, if what you say gonna happen, we gonna lose in the first round, y'all gonna beat Green Bay, okay, cool. Then they will play the Rams. Yeah, they will play the Rams 2nd round.
Can I ask you this? about Detroit, and then we can, if you finish with what you had to say, we can move on. I want to ask you one question.
Go ahead.
Let's say right now, bro, you got a chance to play, and this is all bias aside. Forget the Eagles.
All bias aside. Let's go.
Forget the Commander stuff.
Let's go.
You as a Commanders fan, right? Well, I guess I'm still including you as a Commander fan. You as a Commanders fan, right? You got an opportunity, bro, to see one of these teams, Minnesota, Philadelphia, or Detroit, to let's just say get to the NFC Championship game. What team out of the three would you want to see?
Minnesota.
To give you the best chance at advancing.
Minnesota. Give me the Vikings. Yes.
It's because of Sam Darnold.
Probably.
No, I'm saying, like, I'm asking you, is it because of Sam Darnold?
Because Detroit, bro, Detroit has been, Detroit's been there, Philly's been there, Minnesota haven't been there, new like us.
That's fair.
Come on now.
Okay, that's fair.
They got to prove themselves too.
I'll take that. That's fair. That's fair. Me personally.
Now you want to ask me another question between y'all and Detroit? Can we do that? We'll say that one. Let's say that one. I feel like I know where you're going with that, but let me say that. We can say that, man. We can say that. See, y'all would have beat us a second time. I would love to play out a third time because it's hard to beat the team 3 times in a row. It's hard.
But y'all got us. Y'all got us that second time. So now it's like, y'all had that no more. Y'all don't have that as an advantage. Y'all got the confidence, though. I will say that.
Man, listen. I do what happened in Atlanta. We confident. We got 5. We got 5.
I think y'all play the Rams in the first round. I do think it's gonna be a good game. I ain't gonna lie. I think that's like the best possible first round matchup for the Commanders, the Rams.
I think Tampa Bay.
I don't know about Tampa Bay. I don't know about Baker.
Their defense ain't all that, bro. They defense not all that. I thought that week 1 game with JD was a running back. Man, there was so many dudes wide open. I was like, yo, we could have ate these dudes up.
Yeah, bro, but Todd Bowles with mobile quarterbacks, man.
He's not Jalen Hurts. AJ, I'm sorry.
I feel you, bro. I feel you, bro. But hey.
Todd Bowles, you know what? Let me stop. I'm gonna wait till week 18 is over and see who we actually play.
I'm gonna let you slide that shot in too, Mr. I'm gonna let you slide that shot through. I got you.
You saw what Lamar did to him?
JD5 is not Lamar Jackson.
Wait.
That's not Lamar Jackson.
And Mike Evans got hurt and all that.
Yeah, Chris Godwin.
But yeah, so hey man, listen, it's gonna be a fun playoff run. That's all I know. But moving on, there's a community out here called FJA, and there's a rival community outside of that called AJA. And MVP is up in the air right now, and a lot of people can get it. Your boy Saquon, Lamar Jackson. We just mentioned Lamar Jackson, but Josh Allen is the front runner right now for MVP. He's never won the AJ. So I want to ask you a question: is he really, in your eyes, the NFL's MVP?
In my eyes?
In your eyes.
He's done an amazing job with what he has. Because going into this season, you know what I was saying, man. You ain't got Diggs no more. You ain't got Diggs. Now, they did go get Amari Cooper. I'm just throwing it out there. They did go get him, but I'm just saying, you ain't got Diggs. I don't feel like you have enough on defense. And Josh Allen has been lights out. Like I said, I think back to me, the biggest game he's played this year was that game against the Lions. And I know their defense is not good this year, but the stuff he was doing on that field, bro, I'm like, yo, this is out of this world. It was mad impressive. Is he the MVP of the league? I can't give it to him, Joe. I hate when we do this. And I'm going to hate doing this now at this point because I done sat up and argued with a Ravens fan all day today. I argued with a Ravens fan all day today, but I stay true to myself. And I always make sure I step on the mic with integrity and speak that real no matter what's going on. Lamar Jackson is the league MVP, bro. He's the league MVP, bro. I don't understand. I can't stand when the voters get, what is it called? Voters, I forget what it's. They get tired. Yes, there it is. Voters fatigue, and they get tired of voting for the same guy for MVP and this, that, and the third. Lamar Jackson got a better completion percentage than this man. He got more passing yards than this man. He throws the ball downfield for more yards per attempt than this man. He got a better TD to interception ratio than this man. He has a better quarterback rating than this man. He has more rushing yards than this man. He has more total touchdowns than this man. And he about to win his division the same way Josh Allen is going to win his division. Lamar Jackson has simply been better this year. He's been better this year while winning his division. I know a lot of people want to throw Burrow out there. Get Burrow out of here. I don't care. Me personally, I don't care. I'm not trying to hear nothing about Joe Burrow being MVP when Joe Burrow ain't winning his division and might not make the playoffs. I'm just not trying to hear it. Now, if he makes playoffs, maybe we can revisit. But at this point right now, bro, it's Lamar Jackson. The last thing I'll say is this, bro. I always read into this. I know people don't like reading into it, and it happened earlier in this season, but people tend to forget because it happened so early in the season. Joe, I think we saw these two MVP candidates go tit for tat.
We sure did.
I think we saw them line up. And when they lined up, Lamar Jackson flat out outplayed Josh Allen.
Woo!
Josh Allen had one of his worst games of the year against a defense that is not that good. I just won. Ravens defense ain't that good, especially at that time of the year. It was not that good. Josh Allen had one of his worst games of the year against Lamar Jackson, who went out there and played out of his mind. And so I'm looking at this, yo. I know Josh has had a great season. I know the MVP voters, they want to give it to Josh Allen, right? Because it's Josh Allen, and he's never gotten it. And, you know, Josh Allen is a great player, and we want him to be rewarded somehow, some way, right? That's kind of what it feels like. But has he been better than Lamar this year? No, I don't think so. I don't think he's more valuable than Lamar is to his team at this point. Well, actually, that maybe could be a little debatable. I ain't gonna lie. But the numbers support Lamar, and I think the eye test also supports Lamar. And for the people out there, I hate to bring this up again, but for the people out there that said Saquon Barkley, if he got the rushing record, he was gonna be MVP. No, he wasn't. He gonna get Offensive Player of the Year, but he was still gonna go to one of these two quarterbacks, either Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen, because it's a quarterback award. You got to go above and beyond, and even that won't be enough to get the MVP award. I personally got to go with Lamar Jackson, man. But I'll say this, Joe. He can't choke away the division. Don't choke away the division. Seal the division. Yeah, Lamar. Win the division. I forget who they play this week. I think it's
they play the Browns.
Yeah, so yes. You got to beat you can't fold against the Browns. Right, and somehow the Steelers win their last game and win the division. Then I might have to give it to Josh. I'm not gonna lie to you, but win this Saturday, I think it's Lamar's to lose. Honestly,
like you said, it's Lamar Jackson, man. It's Lamar Jackson. Listen, man, I said it. I said Josh Allen, he's gonna have his best MVP shot. Like this is gonna be his best MVP case year. I said that on Entourage show, and I said on Unfazed. I said the case gonna be he don't have Diggs no more, he don't have all this help, blah. It's gonna be the case, and that's what they make it for him. But here's the interesting stat that nobody's talking about. you brought up the statistics. Like Lamar is blowing him out the water with all the statistics. I mean, almost every category he's killing Josh Allen. Josh Allen has one more win than him. That's it. Both of them are division winners. But did you notice teams that are in the playoffs right now, playoff picture? Lamar Jackson are 7-2 with wins against the Texans, the Steelers, the Chargers, the my handwriting is terrible. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Commanders, the Bills. I can't think of the last one. I don't know who the last one is. Help me out, Carl, in the comments.
I think it's the Eagles. Oh wait, they lost to the Eagles. My bad. Keep going. My bad. Keep going. I forgot. It slipped out. Go ahead.
Did I put the Chargers? It's the Chargers. No, I said the Chargers. It's all the D. I'm tripping. But and they 2 losses, Eagles and Chiefs. So they are 7-2 against playoff teams. I said the Bucks. They play 9 playoff teams, AJ, and they're 7-2, including the Bills, like you said. Broncos. Thank you. The Broncos. I put Denver. Broncos. The Bills. They 2-3. 2-3. But they hanging on those 2-3 teams. 7-2 days. Hanging on those 2-3 teams. The Chiefs and the Lions. That's what they beat. The 2 best teams in both conferences. Oh, they lost to the Steelers. You're right, Dave. You're right. But they lost to the Ravens, the Texans, right? And the Rams. And the Ravens and the Texans are 2 of the worst games I've seen him play all year. Against the Texans, he had the worst completion percentage for any quarterback with 30 attempts or more.
It was a horrible game.
They put the game in his hands at the end of the game, and he was He threw 3 straight bombs. Like, it was crazy from the 1-yard line. It's crazy. And then against the Ravens, when it was MVP talking about both of them, he had a great start. Remember, he blew out the car. He beat the Cardinals, blew out the Jaguars, blew out another team. He goes to Baltimore, and Lamar just killed him, bro.
Yep.
So it's definitely Lamar Jackson, but here's the thing. It's a narrative award. He's going to get it. I call this the Joel Embiid MVP. When Joel Embiid won MVP, it was a sympathy award. Jokic clearly had a better year, but he won it 2 times already. He didn't win the NBA championship. They say, nah, bro, we're not giving it to you again until you win the championship. We're going to give it to Embiid. And they gave it to Embiid. And what happened to Jokic that year? Won the championship. I remember Giannis won 2 straight. The 3rd time, nah, bro, you got to get a championship. Okay, he didn't win it. What did he do? Win the championship. So Lamar Jackson, same thing. He should have won unanimous last year, but somebody voted for Josh Allen for some reason, which is crazy. But anyways, he won 2 MVPs. And after winning his MVP, everybody keeps saying Lamar won last year because he had a better stats. He won because there wasn't not one guy who won a step forward. Not one guy. First, it was Jalen Hurts, and it was Brock Purdy right there. And then Brock Purdy beat Jalen Hurts. Then Brock Purdy took over. No, it was Dak. And then Dak just couldn't beat no good teams. The matchup matters. Like, Dak had the stats, but he didn't have the matchups.
And then Lamar and them smoked Brock Purdy. That's what really did it.
On prime time, smoked Brock Purdy, smoked the Lions that year, and then put up 60 on the Dolphins on this last game.
Yeah.
Put up 60. So that's why Lamar won, because he stood out in all the big matchups. Josh Allen, he's living off the Chiefs and the Lions game. He really is. I give him props, though. He made the game-winning play against the Chiefs. He ran that long touchdown. He won that. And against the Lions, I mean, they kicked the onside kick with 12 minutes left because of Josh Allen. So I got to give him props for that. But he also lost three teams. Come on, bro. He had a losing record against playoff teams. Losing record. So they only give it to Josh Allen because it's a sympathy award. Like Carl said. It's a sympathy award. It's why LJ was created. I get it now. I'm not part of the group, but I get why it's created now. They literally, wow, it's the best quarterback in the league. How, Sway? Like, he beat the Chiefs every year in the regular season and lose in the playoffs. So, and then he talk about the help. Do you know that going is running back Cooks? He's nice if he get the ball more.
Yeah.
And I think he lead the league in rushing touchdowns. This is crazy. Right? They got Amari Cooper. They're more received. They've been crying for him. Oh, he ain't got no help. They went and got him help. Went and got him Amari Cooper. And the defense been playing well. Not lately. Lately they've been slumming. But I think it's Lamar Jackson, but they're going to give it to Josh Allen.
Which is trash, bro. Like, and I understand it. Like you said, it is all about the narratives. It is all about the storylines, but he simply has not been better, bro. No. He simply ain't been better, bro. Eye test wise, he has those couple moments, bro. But like you said, 2 of the biggest games of the year, man, he was terrible in. Lamar ain't been flawless either. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't look great against the Steelers in that first game. He didn't look great against us. You know what I mean? But the biggest games of the year, and he playing in a tougher division, bro. That's something else that's got to be talked about. Like, the Bengals are a tough team to get out right now. They still fighting for playoff seeding, right? Or they still fighting to get in right now. They're a tough team to beat because Burrow on the other side putting up points. And we saw that game when they matched up against the Bengals in the second game. Him and Jamar Chase was just going cool. I think that was the 2 biggest games Jamar Chase had all season. Crazy. Just going absolutely crazy. So Lamar had to match that on the other end. And then you got Pittsburgh, a team that was winning the division for a while, and apparently Lamar's kryptonite. Lamar always seems to struggle with the Steelers, but then he stumped them out. What was it, Christmas Day? Mm-hmm. So he's competing and beating better competition than Josh Allen is on a consistent basis this year. So I agree with you. They probably will give it to him, bro, off of sympathy. I'll say this to Ravens fans. Again, I hate saying stuff like this after going back and forth with Ravens fans today. But I will say this. If anything, if I'm a Ravens fan, I would want Josh Allen to have the MVP. Or I would want Saquon Barkley to have the MVP. Or I would want Joe Burrow to have the MVP. Because that stat out there that says, you know, a quarterback or the MVP has not won the Super Bowl in X amount of time. I know Patrick Mahomes debunked that in 2022, but that's a real thing, bro. Like, no MVP has won the Super Bowl won MVP and the Super Bowl within the same season since like 2000. It was like Kurt Warner or something like that. I forgot who the team was.
Kurt Warner.
But it's like that was a real thing until Pat did what he did in 2022. But it happened once in 23 years, 24 years. So the player, the team with the MVP tends to lose even before the Super Bowl at times. Like, so if I'm a Ravens fan, I'm like, yeah, hey, tell Josh he can have it. Tell Josh, maybe Lamar not getting it gives him enough motivation to go and dominate through the playoffs. Who knows? Who knows?
Right, Matt Ryan won MVP, and then he got there and lost. He lost to Brady, so they don't win. But man, like Lamar, like the man won MVP and came out and had his best season. Like, what is Josh Allen doing this year? That's historic. Lamar has the second highest passing rating in NFL history. AJ, the second highest. We talking about a guy who you've been trying to media. You've been criticizing about his passing. He wins MVPs, and he's never top 5 in ESPN's top 10 rankings. Never top 5. He can't throw the ball. All that stuff, right? And he had the second highest QB rating in NFL history. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. So I think he ready this year, though. I'm a big Lamar fan. At times I get, Flock Nation and stuff sometimes. You gotta talk trash. But I root for Lamar. I want to see Lamar do well, And I called it. I said that Josh Allen is going to have his best MVP case this year, but I don't think he deserves it, though.
Yeah.
I don't think he deserves it. It's the name.
It's the name. Terrible. My bad, Carl. I thought it was Christmas. I feel like y'all beat them around the holidays.
They beat them the Saturday before Christmas.
Yeah. Okay. That's what it was. Yeah. I'm like, I know it was around the holidays where they beat the Steelers. But last topic of the day before we get to these pick'ems, Joe. Oh my goodness, man! I saw your tweets. This is my first time being able to sit across from you to talk about this, man. I wasn't able to catch the show. I was not able to catch the show. So this is my first time actually hearing your reaction live to what happened to your boy Mike Brown, man.
Ooh.
I know y'all got off to a slow start this season. It's not what the organization expected. It's not what the fan base expected. I don't think it's what the players expected.
Nah, man.
Got off to an extremely slow start. And the Kings, in the process of this slow start, decided, you know what, Mike Brown, even though we just gave you an extension like 6 months ago, you gotta go. It's you the problem, you the issue. You gotta go, man. Get out of Sacramento, go find a job elsewhere.
Dang.
So Joe, for the fans here on Unfazed, man, the Kings, man, y'all see the Kings logo on the back. Y'all see the light the beam in the background right there, right? Y'all see it, y'all know. Kings Talk himself. If y'all ain't seen the pod, check it out. Highly recommend. JJ, Joe Jordan, what is your reaction to the Kings firing your head coach, Mike Brown?
I was surprised. I was astonished.
Everybody was.
I was flabbergasted. I was dumbfounded. All the words you could think about, that was me. It was crazy. It caught me off guard. I wasn't home or nothing. I was out, and then Dave, I found out through Dave because I was on my phone. He texted me, y'all fired Mike Brown. I'm like, what? He was in the press conference. I just literally watched the video of him doing the press conference. Like, what's going on? Like at the practice. Like that's crazy. What I didn't like about the firing, AJ, is that how they did it. I feel like they had no manners. These dudes let this man run a whole practice, sit at the practice, go through a press conference. And in the press conference, somebody asked him about his job security. And he said he not really worried about that. At these times, this is when you really see who's on your side, who's in the foxhole with you. He's saying all the stuff, how the organization together, he praising them out. Leaves practice, go home, get changed, grab his suitcase, get in the Uber, limo, whatever he's in. He's on the way to the airport, and he gets a phone call. Like, bro, I was just at the facility. You gonna give me a phone call, and you tell me I'm fired? And now the team on the plane, they like, the plane getting delayed. They like, who the next coach? And they found out on the plane, Doug Christie is gonna be the interim coach. That's what I didn't like about the move. It showed no class. It showed no respect to what Mike Brown did for this organization. AJ, We went 16 years, man. 16 years. I'm talking about somebody having a Sweet 16 with their whole life without the Kings making the playoffs. He changed that. Not only he did that, AJ, he was the only head coach in NBA history to win the Coach of the Year award unanimous. He was the unanimous winner, AJ. Now, granted, the next year we fell back some because we were the most healthy team the first year he was there. I would say that. We had some injury the second year, then we fell down a little bit. And then this year, we get all to a slow start. We're talking about 12 and 17. You went and got the biggest free agent that the Kings ever signed in Kings history. And we start off 12 and 17. What's going on? And then we just fire him. Now, to let everybody know, right? Right. I agree everything Mike Malone said about how they fired him. I agree everything he said. So now, I was changing thought. So here, all right. Here's the first straw. We get swept by Lakers. He gets fired on the way to LA, by the way. He was on the way to go play. And then we lost that game. And then, by the way, Doug Christie's 2-1 since being with us, by the way. So shout out to Doug Christie. All right. But Mike Brown, his record with us, he's 107 and 88. Mm-hmm. Got us to a playoff game, all that good stuff. But here's the thing. Now, I thought the owner stepped in and did it, but no, the owner didn't do that. The GM, Monty McNair, made the decision to fire him. So that's what I was shocked about because I like Monty McNair. Monty McNair always said we're going to be patient but aggressive at the same time. I felt like that firing was not being patient at all. And then you're going to put dots together, right? De'Aaron Fox contract is coming up, right? He could be a free agent this year. He could have signed all season, but he like, I need to make all NBA to get the Supermax, which we all understand, right? And you hear the game before he got fired, we played the Detroit Pistons. Mike Brown, y'all know what? I don't know if y'all know what happened. Detroit was down the whole game. They made a comeback. And then De'Aaron Fox, down by 3, fouls. Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey, y'all. Not Hardaway. Not who the other dude was cooking us. I can't think of his name right now.
K Cunningham?
Not K. Oh my gosh. Carr got me. Oh my goodness. I can't think right now. But another 3-point shooter. He had like 3 threes in the fourth quarter. You fouled Jaden Ivey. You close out on a 3. You foul him. And not only he ties the game up with an and-1 3, Malik Beasley. Not only ties the game up, he gets a free throw to win the game, AJ. We lose. Mike Brown comes out in the press conference. You can't do that. You can't. He's right. You can't close out a 3-point shooter when you're when you're up by 3. You don't do that because you can foul him. You don't do that. He's right. But then it's funny. Somebody DM me and they send me that, right? And he said, this is probably why he got fired. I said, yeah, but he always do that. He always hold the players accountable in the press conference. And he said, oh, you trying to tell me he always called his team out and don't point the finger to himself. I was like, I mean, he does do that. You know what I mean? He always take accountability too. But at the end of the day, it's an NBA, AJ. It's a superstar league. People are sensitive. They don't want to be hold accountable. Fox did come out and say it's BS that he had nothing to do with the situation. But come on, bro. Right after he make a comment like that, you get fired. And if you hear De'Aaron Fox press conference after talk about the firing, he don't sound bad for Mike Brown at all. He don't sound bad. He does sound like he had no idea. I got the news with y'all, but I went to sleep on the plane. Like it looked like he didn't care, bro. And then news came out that he asked DeMar DeRozan to come on the bench. And DeMar DeRozan wasn't having that. Like, he basically didn't like that. So it sounded like the players and the relationship between the players and Mike Brown was not going well. And Monty McNair made a panic move, and I believe, and just fired him early in the season without them trying to work it out. I just giving him an extension. So
I saw Fox tweet that it was no real issue between them or something along them lines. I had to go back and find the tweet.
He said it's BS. He said, yeah. He said he went on real issue with them and that stuff, which I could kind of believe. But like when I heard his press conference, AJ, I didn't feel no sympathy at all for Mike Brown. I didn't feel like he was like, oh man, like that's tough. Like it was like, yeah, I found out a minute before y'all. So what you doing? So how was the plane ride? I mean, the plane ride got delayed because we got to figure out who next coach was. When they announced it was Doug Christie, it was a normal plane ride. I went to sleep. I'm like, dang, like, you know, it was me. I'd be like, man, Mike Brown, he taught me so much. He was this and that. It was like, it wasn't that like that. So that's how I feel like.
But then he demanded a trade, though, right?
No, he didn't demand a trade.
I thought
they went. No, he didn't demand a trade.
Okay.
He went to the front office to let them know, like, yo, what's going on? Like, what y'all doing?
Okay.
Like, are we gonna make a move or what? Like, come on, bro. We 12 and 17. So you know, Rich Paul, he like to stir up stuff, bro. He gonna. That's what happened, basically.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay.
To put some pressure on the Kings, which I think is part of the firing. So, do I like the firing, AJ? You know, I don't like the timing, but I'm always the type of guy that I try to trust the GM. I try to trust the GM because maybe it's something that's going on that I don't know. And before we hired Mike Brown, I came on Refuse to Lose, and I said I wanted to promote Doug Christie as a head coach. I wanted Doug Christie to be our head coach because I remember he was the interim coach for a little bit before we brought in brought up Gentry, and he came on the press conference after winning the game, I believe, and said, I have unfinished business here. When he said that, I saw in his eyes, I was like, yo, he was here through the good times. He know what it is to win in Sacramento, and he didn't finish a job. He said, I got unfinished business. I'm like, I want him to be the head coach. So I believe learned a lot from Mike Brown. The Kings, they are 2-1. We beat the Mavericks. We beat the 76ers also. So let's see what happens. So I don't have an answer. Do I like it? I don't like how it happened, but let's see what happens with Doug Christie.
Interesting. Bro, when the news first broke, like you said, I had a similar reaction. I'm like, yo, what? Bruh. One thing I don't like, the NFL is different than the NBA. It's a lot different. In the NFL, you got like 17, 18 games to figure it out. In the first few games of the season, like first 4 or 5 weeks, okay, we need to make a quick move. We only got like 12 games left to make the playoffs or make a run, whatever the case may be. In the NBA, bro, you got 80-something odd games, 82, 81 games in the season, bro. You fired this man 31 games in. My take on it, bro, is what you said earlier. The lack of patience for a guy who was 107 and 88. The lack of patience for a guy you just re-signed 6 months ago. The lack of patience for a guy that's led y'all to the playoffs for the first time in how many years, Joe? You might know. 16 years. This is the head coach that got y'all to the playoffs. The lack of patience. Give the man, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd have given him the year to figure it out. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Yeah. I'd have given him the whole year. I'm gonna give you a chance to figure this out. Now, if the season go downhill the whole year, then all right, bro, we're gonna have some conversations at that point. But 31 games in, you know, it's along the same lines. You know, I had this conversation with, shout out to RBO Vine, shout out to him, plug in his show. I had this conversation with him a while ago. Everybody makes these bold statements and make these bold moves super early in NBA seasons, bro. It's like, give stuff time to develop. All of a sudden, everybody got more potential than Anthony Edwards. It's crazy. But nevertheless, we come to these conclusions so fast, bro. It's not even All-Star break yet. Bruh, they just got a major piece. They just got a major piece in DeMar DeRozan. It takes time to build that chemistry. It takes time to figure these things out. You're going to have players that riff with the coach during this process at this time. You're going to have those type of moments, bro. And like you said, I'm glad you brought up the Pistons game, which kind of, I think, was maybe the cherry on top of all of this. Bruh, De'Aaron Fox, that was a bonehead play from a smart player, a player I like a lot. But that was just a silly play. And I can't fault Mike Brown at all for coming into a lot of times we see head coaches and guys up top come on and take responsibility. I should have coached better. I should have did this better. And when you watch the game, it's like, bro, it ain't your fault, bro. He just didn't do what he was supposed to do on the court. Like, you could literally see sometimes a coach's reaction to a player not doing something the coach told him to do. And they on the bench, they flipping themselves, they mad. Then after the game, I should have coached him better. I should have taught him to do this a little better. Maybe I should have put him in position. Yeah, Sirianni. I should have put him in better position. No, bro. Jalen just threw a bad pick in the red zone. You ain't tell him to do that. He didn't tell him to do that. And it's the same thing in this situation. You told this man, y'all down 3. We not closing out on nobody. And what did he do? He was caught cheating a little bit. He wasn't too far off him, but far off of Ivy enough. Got caught trying to cheat off the, you know what I'm saying, helping in help coverage. Got back too late. Jaden Ivey made a good play, hit a 3-point shot. It was really a flukish play, but it happened. You don't even put yourself in position to allow flukish things like that to happen if you listen to coach. And it cost you a game. And Mike Brown said, look, I'm not taking this. Dog didn't listen at the end of the day. So I can kind of see why, Fox would be like, man, I just moved on. It was what it was. You shouldn't have that attitude towards a coach that helped you become what you are, bro. You shouldn't have that attitude towards a coach that really helped you step into what you are as a basketball player, that really helped y'all step into the playoffs and, make noise. He's helped your growth. He's helped Sabonis' growth. I think over time he'd have helped DeMar DeRozan. Asking DeMar to come off the bench is a lot. I'm not going to lie. That's true. That's a lot. But at the end of the day, bro, they should have given him time to figure this out, bro. Like, I just think the firing was unnecessary. It was way too early. And honestly, bro, like the fact that all of these coaches came out and spoke on how – I didn't even speak on how the firing happened. I let you touch on that. But the fact that all of these coaches came out and spoke on how the firing happened, how unprofessional it was, how you didn't even have the boss to talk to the man while he was in the office and, while he was in the building. You waited till he was in the car, then you called him. The players was on the team playing before they could take off. Y'all, we don't have a head coach. You're going to be the next head coach. Like, bro, it don't get no more unprofessional than that, bro. Like, and that makes the situation look even worse. Now, I mean, you got Doug Christie in there now. Thank God y'all had a good replacement, but somebody else that wasn't him, if y'all had to go get a head coach, maybe they looking at that position like, I don't know if I want to coach them, bro. So thank God y'all got Doug Christie. I do think he's going to be pretty good. But, man, I thought it was horrible, bro. The man just won Coach of the Year. I'll pass it back to you, Joe. I am real big on resume. I'm real big on what you've done. What have you done? I know the sports is what have you done for me lately, but you get to a point with me where it's like, once I've seen you do certain stuff, you get a longer leash with me.
Yes.
You get a longer leash. I've seen you be Coach of the Year unanimously. I've seen you get us to the playoffs. I've seen you get us out of rough patches. I've seen you help us get back in playoff series when maybe we didn't think we had a shot. I've seen that. So I'm going to give you a longer leash than somebody who I haven't seen do the same stuff. I feel the same way about players. Once I've seen you be an all-star or win the championship or, do certain things, you had a couple bad games, you're off to a tough start, I'm going to give you a pass for a while. That's not to say you stay in that funk, but I'm trusting given what you've already done, eventually you're going to figure it out. And I think eventually Mike would have figured it out. But they gave up on him too soon, man. Like I said, we'll see how good Doug Christie does. But I just think it was crazy, bro. I really do. I think it was crazy.
Crazy. Tell me what's funny. What's up with Joe Teams and getting text messages? Ben Johnson sent a text on the plane. And
that's tough.
But here's the thing, AJ. Like, so we are 6th in offensive rating, 8th in field goal percentage. 3rd in free throw percentage. We were last year. That's all Mike Brown. And we are 5th in taking care of the ball and turnovers given up. The issue, we are 25th in three-point shooting. Is that Mike Brown's fault? Bruh. I started lineup as De'Aaron Fox, DeMar DeRozan, Domantas Sabonis, Keegan Murray, and then we insert Malik Monk. Malik Monk shooting good from 3. Keegan Murray's not shooting good. He's getting wide open threes.
Breaking it up.
One thing I didn't like about Mike Brown this year, in the previous year, when we played the Golden State Warriors in the playoffs, Davion Mitchell was giving Steph Curry a run for his money. Steph Curry was still getting his 30, but he worked so hard for that 30. But in Game 7, he put Terrence Davis on Steph Curry, and Davion Mitchell wasn't even in the game, and Steph drops 50. Never understood that right there. This year, Keon Ellis is a big contributor to us. He's a two-way player. He's shooting over 40% from three, one of our better three-point shooters in our team. And he's like, his minutes are like up and down, up and down. I'm like, why is his minutes up and down? He's a solid defender. He's probably our best on-ball defender in our team. And on top of that, he's one of our best three-point shooters. He's actually making the threes. So, like, sometimes rotations, he played with his rotations too much. That's my only downside. When we brought in Sasha last year, I kept raising him up like Sasha. We oversee. He's an underrated free agent. His minutes were so inconsistent. It's ridiculous because he wasn't a great defensive player. We knew that when we signed him. We knew that. I said he's going to be like a Stojakovic. Stojakovic was a great defender. He's an awesome shooter, though. But he was not getting no opportunities. He was not, AJ. Like, and then after 1 year, he was gone. And we brought in can't think of his name right now. I'm losing. Can't think of his name. We brought Doug McDermott. You know, basically replace him. Like, come on, bro. Like, Sasha won MVP in the EuroLeague. Came here, he was cashing, but he wasn't consistent. You gotta have a certain rhythm when you're playing like that. You know what I mean? So that's my only thing about Mike Brown. But like you said, he earned the right to fix the problem.
Yep.
It has to do something with De'Aaron Fox because he's a free agent this year, AJ. He's a free agent. That's the only reason why he would get fired right now. That's the only reason why it's urgent because Rich Paul just talked to these boys and then he gets fired. Come on, man. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. Why else do you fire somebody? Because in this league, you're going to choose to play over the coach any day. Any day. It's how it is nowadays. Unless you got a Pat Riley back in the day, a Phil Jackson. No, you keeping Kobe over Phil Jackson. But you get what I'm saying, though.
Kobe, you might keep Shaq over Phil prime in his prime. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's players over coaches any day. The NFL is different. But NBA, players over coach.
Yeah. They got too much to do with winning games, man. It's only, 10 players on the court at the same time?
Come on, man. And then, and De'Aaron Fox, bro, he could be better. He could be better. He went through that stretch when he dropped 60. He was cooking. But De'Aaron Fox ain't consistent himself, man. That same game against Detroit, he had 1 point in the first half. One! Come on, man. Last year, last year, the only reason we did not make the playoffs because De'Aaron Fox, he went through a stretch for a month and a half when I couldn't even recognize this dude, bro. I remember I was on King's Talk like, yo, is he hurt? He not talking to the media or nothing. We played the Orlando Magic one day, and Paulo went crazy, like a 40-point triple-double. Malik Monk carried us that game, and Fox was out there as like a decoy. I'm like, this man got to be hurt. I can't even recognize what's going on. He's like in this funk. But he wasn't hurt. He wasn't talking to the media or nothing. I'm like, so come on, man. He's
gotta be better, bro. No matter the coach, man, you gotta go out there and ball. You gotta play the game, man.
Come on, bro.
Man, you was geeked about this season. Y'all got DeMar, like, man, you was geeked. Like, man, this gonna be the year, boy. I'm geeked. I got the Commanders, I got the Kings, we good. And like, man, at least the Commanders doing their thing. At least the Commanders doing their thing.
I could never have fun on both sides, bro.
Man, you preaching to the choir because it's the same way with me, bro. Same way with me, bro. They never good at the same time. Except for like 2022. Actually, that's the year the Lakers went to the conference finals and the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, but neither one of them got the mission done. So I ended up heartbroken either way. But that was the one time they both been good at the same time, bro.
I remember one time, Javon, my brother, he had Steelers fair. They won the Super Bowl. Orlando Magic lost to the Lakers, and North Carolina won the national championship. He had a UNC fan. I'm like, man, he must be nice. All right, man. Let's get to these quick ones, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That segment is making me mad, man. That last part of the segment. All right. You got the games up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, let's put the graphic up. AJ had a chance, y'all. He had a chance. Had a chance. I went 9-7. He went every time I do bad. He do like one game better than me now.
Man, bro.
It's the last week,
man.
AJ.
Man, I
don't know if you want to continue with the playoffs, but
I don't even know if they do pick them into the playoffs. I'd have to look and see. But at this point, man, I'm just hoping to forget you, Carl. At this point, I'm just looking to Just make my record as good as I can make it. I thought about going into this week and picking everybody you didn't pick, just going against everything you say. But I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just trying to make that record look as pretty as I can, man. So,
am I tripping? This John said you're a little too early. Hold up, let me refresh this. It's not letting me pick nothing.
what was that?
When I go to week 18, it says you're a little too early. Matches will appear here soon.
Oh, that's weird. It's pulling up on mine.
Are you on your phone or your computer?
I'm on my phone.
What is going on?
I got the fantasy football. I got the app though, so maybe that's
Yeah, I might get the app. All right, I'm gonna just write it down.
okay.
All right.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. Let's get it.
All right. First game, Saturday. We got the Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. The people are with the Baltimore Ravens. 98% of people who do the pick'ems are picking the Ravens to win that football game. Vegas is also favoring the Ravens minus 3,000.
Dang!
Yes, bro.
Because DTR playing, I think.
Man, because who playing?
DTR.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, that man. They got a graphic of that man with a blindfold on, throwing the ball like that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm going with the
crazy.
Ravens, man.
The Ravens, yeah, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
Next.
Lamar's gonna be resting in the halftime.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad I see these matchups before you see them because I can react to them before I say it. And you just say, what game you finna say? We got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Pittsburgh Steelers. The people are with the Cincinnati Bengals. 59% of people who do the pick'ems are picking the Cincinnati Bengals to win this football game. Vegas is with the Cincinnati Bengals minus 130. Joe, who you got in this one?
Bengals. I got Bengals going to the playoffs.
I got the Bengals. All right, well, we're going to get to that matchup. We're going to get to that in a second. But I also have the Bengals winning this game, bro.
Okay.
I also have the Bengals winning this game. And I want to point this out.
I hate to do
this, man. But I got to point this out. You know, a lot was said about the Eagles and how they fell off last year after having such a good record to start.
Ooh.
A lot was said about Nick Sirianni and how they just tanked and went down here. We ain't saying too much about Mike Tomlin and how the Steelers looking as they just slowly go downhill, losing 3-4 games in a row. If this were to happen, they would lose 4 games in a row and then maybe lose 5 in a row in the playoffs.
Dang.
I'm just saying, I know injuries happen. We was a little banged up too. All I'm saying is I was told that quarterback a little better than my quarterback. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it's a lot of stuff being said. We got to be fair. We'll see if they beat the Bengals. You will be at home. I think they'll be a little bit more healthy. I got the Bengals in that matchup. But it seems like we only talk about one downfall, Joe. That's all I want to say. We only talk about one downfall.
They need this game too.
Desperately. We have.
Go ahead.
Shout out to Dimitri. Should have picked the Steelers.
Yeah, this is my youngest brother, Dimitri. He a Steelers fan.
Oh, okay. Shout out to him.
Super chat.
Shout out to him.
Should have picked the Steelers.
Man.
I'm sorry, Dimitri.
So, in this game for us, I don't know.
Joe Burrow on a mission, man.
Joe Burrow definitely on a mission.
And the Steelers need this game too for seeding rise.
Yeah, they do. Next, we got the Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. 94% of people who do the pick'ems are picking the Falcons to win this game. So the people are with the Falcons. Vegas is also with the Falcons, minus 425. I got the Atlanta Falcons in this one. You're not about to pick the Panthers, bro. You're not about to do it, bro. No way.
Hold on. Were they playing that again? They playing
in Atlanta.
Dang. I do want to pick the Falcons. I mean, the Panthers though. Nah, Michael Penix and they need his win. I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
Shout out to Michael. I've always been a fan of Michael Penix. I thought he'd be one of the best quarterbacks coming out of this draft. Obviously, JD been balling, but also shout out to Penix, man. I love what I've seen from Penix. He got to work on his touch, though, bro. Goodness gracious, he missed so many guys with deep passes against the Commanders. It was like, bro, come on with the touch, man. He was so accurate in college, but nevertheless, give me the Falcons, and I think Michael Penix has a bright future.
Next year, he's gonna be nice.
He's gonna be very nice next year. Next, we got the Washington Commanders at the Dallas Cowboys. The people are with the Commanders to win this game. Joe, the people are with the Commanders to win this game. 87% of people who do the pick'ems are picking the Commanders to win this game. Vegas is also with the Commanders, minus 280. I am picking the Dallas Cowboys. No, I'm just playing. I got the Commanders.
I wonder what the point spread is, but I'm picking the Commanders. Come on, man.
Yeah,
we getting this up. We getting this up.
But if y'all lose this
not
game
losing,
and y'all slip to Philly, that will be crazy, bro.
Like I'm not like like I told you, I don't mind playing y'all first. First of all,
I feel you.
We are good. We no, sky's the limit. But I'm not gonna feel bad to get bounced in the first round. I'll be sad for a day, because I want us to win, but it is what it is. We got the future's bright, but we can make some noise.
It's house money. Y'all make the playoffs. It's house money at this point.
House money, but I still think we can make some noise because we got a dynamic guy quarterback. Our playmakers, our quarterback. How many people can say that about an NFC?
That's true. I feel you 100%.
And we are -6. Take the points, y'all. Take the points.
Yeah, no CD Lamb, bro. The Cowboys ain't the Cowboys without CD for the TD, bro. It's gonna be tough. And y'all lost to them earlier, so y'all gonna be out for blood.
Yeah, bro. We doing for that, and we playing in Dallas.
Yeah,
everybody throwing show in Dallas.
Yeah, yeah. I got the Commanders.
RG3.
We got the Chicago Bears at the Green Bay Packers. The people are with the Green Bay Packers. 96% of people who do the pick'ems are picking the Packers to win this game. Vegas is also with the Green Bay Packers, -550. I'm picking the Packers to win this game as well. Like I said, I will never pick Chicago ever again.
Last week, man, they almost beat the Seahawks.
Man, it seemed like they almost beat everybody. Like it's just they always about this close, and then something stupid happens at the end with them, bro.
That was the worst game of the year, bro. Like I didn't watch it live, but it was painful to go back and watch it. I remember I went in the chat like at 11 o'clock, and then the game was over. I'm like 10:50,
bro. And remember what I said? Remember what my response was? Trash.
Oh, yeah.
That was my response. Trash. Bro. That was your warning right there. Trash. Terrible game.
Bro, it was 3 and out, punt, field goal. 3 and out, punt, fumble.
Bro, horrible game. We got the Houston Texans at the Tennessee Titans. The people who do the pick'ems, 93% of them are picking the Texans to win this game. Vegas is with, however, the Titans to win this game.
What?
Wow. -125. I wonder, are the Texans resting guys?
They might be. Because they have nothing to lose.
My pick then. No, actually, the Titans still trash. Give me the Texans still. I'm still picking the Texans.
Who's the Texans backup? I don't know.
I don't even know. Is it still like Davis Mills or something like that?
Davis Mills.
I'm sure I couldn't tell you.
I'm gonna go with the Texans because they lost him early this year.
Makes sense. Yeah, I'm shocked to see Vegas got him favored, but again, they must be resting guys. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Indianapolis Colts. The people are with the Indianapolis Colts to win this game. 86% of people who pick the pick'ems or do the pick'ems are picking the Colts to win this game. Vegas is also with the Indianapolis Colts, -225. Joe, am also picking the Colts to win this game.
Yeah, me too. This time, we're picking all the same people. I'm picking the Colts too.
Man.
But it's the last week. It's going to be some crazy stuff happening.
Yeah, facts.
But I'm going to go with the Colts. You know what?
I mean, you at this point, you ain't got nothing to lose, bro. You got the lead. You got the dub when it comes to regular season for sure.
I'm gonna go with Colts. I'm trying to get 100% this week.
Yeah, I feel you.
I think Jacksonville gonna win though. But I'm gonna go with the Colts.
We got the Buffalo Bills at the New England Patriots. 93% of people who do the pick'ems are picking the Bills to win this game. Vegas is rocking with the Bills, -140. I'm also rocking with Vegas and the people in this one. Give me the Buffalo Bills.
I'm going with the Patriots.
Wait, are the Bills resting?
I think they are. Josh Allen ain't playing. He's going to play that one play and that's it.
Still give me the Bills. I don't care. Bills,
all right, Teddy.
Shoot, I don't care. Shout out Teddy. We got the New York Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. 94% of people who do the pick'ems are picking the Eagles to win this football game. Vegas is also rocking with Philadelphia to win this game, -150. Joe, I said I'm never picking against the Philadelphia Eagles. That does not change here, even though we're not playing nobody. I'm still picking the Birds to find a way to win this game.
Yeah, I'm going with that. Y'all only a -3 at home.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dang. They give you 3 points when you're at home, by the way.
I guess they don't know exactly who playing because Hurts ain't playing, Saquon not playing, none of our receivers, our offensive line probably not playing, a lot of key defensive players. So they're probably looking what it probably is. They're probably looking at last week and looking and seeing what Drew Lock did last week, and like, man, they probably gonna, even if the Eagles might win, but it might be tight just because.
Nah, bro, y'all might lose. Nah, think about it. I'm gonna go with the Giants.
You got the Giants. I can't pick against the Birds no matter what. So
I feel you.
I'm gonna pick the Birds. I just swayed you to go the other way with that. We got the New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 97% of people who do the pick'ems are picking the Buccaneers to win this game. Vegas is also favoring the Buccaneers to win this game minus 900. Give me 10.
Why in the world would I pick the daggone
Saints?
Come on, man. Saints?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I get it. Definitely get it. We got some interesting one here. We got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Denver Broncos, Joe.
And this the one right here.
This the one. 51% of people, just 51% of people are picking the Broncos to win this game. A lot of people want the Bengals to sneak into this playoffs, bro. A lot of people do, bro. Vegas is also with the Broncos minus 650. I'm looking forward to seeing Carson Wentz. It's been a while. Bro. I want to see Carson Wentz out there, man.
I forgot to do it, but when we go over this game, I was supposed to put up the clip when Carson Wentz got sacked.
Bro, oh my gosh. I'm glad you forgot, bro. Oh my goodness. I'm glad you forgot, man.
Give me Carson Wentz.
Ooh.
Let's go, Carson.
I'm not gonna lie. Even though I truly want the Chiefs to find a way to win this game, because I want the Bengals in the playoffs. I want every team I could possibly think of that could take out Mahomes in the playoffs. I want it. But the Broncos still competing for seeding, still trying to lock stuff down. That defense is elite. And one of the last times I seen Carson Wentz, he had 45 seconds in the pocket, Joe. He rolled to the left, watched somebody run directly up to him and sack him into a fumble. I know this happened years ago, but you just made me reminisce. I can't pick the Chiefs to win this game. Give me the Broncos. And I think the Bengals missed the playoffs. Even though, it would be so nice if they made it. The AFC will be cracking if they make the playoffs.
They only wrestle like 4 people.
Really?
They wrestle Mahomes, Kelsey, McDuffie, Chris Jones, and an offensive lineman. But Hopkins playing. Hopkins need a touchdown, by the way, and 6 reception to get his incentives.
Hopkins playing, Hollywood Brown playing.
Yo.
Xavier Worthy playing.
I saw this right here. Hopkins need 1 touchdown to earn $500K. He needs 6 receptions to get $250K. And he need 140 receiving yards to get another $250K.
Carson finna be targeting him like crazy. Bro.
They got to practice Surtain.
I about to say, if they smart, they're going to put Surtain over there and make it tough. Like, you going to earn this money. You going to earn that money. But I just can't. But I wish the best for Carson. I do. I hope he get the win. Make it more entertaining.
Yeah, I think he get the win. And they play. Hold on, when they playing at?
They are playing in Denver.
Dang.
Yeah, bro. They playing in Denver, bro. Gonna be a tough one, bro.
Kareem Hunt, get ready.
But I think everybody rooting for them, though. Bengals obviously got to handle their business first. But
it will be Bengals and Bills first round, bro. Come on.
Yeah, bro.
That's tough.
Must see TV.
And if Bills win, they gotta play the Ravens most likely. If the Bengals win, they gotta play the Chiefs.
Yes, that's.
Hey,
they gotta get in, bro. You know what? Forget it, Joe. Forget it. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs too, bro. Just cause, bro. Hey. Carson gotta pull this off, bro, for entertainment purposes.
Come on, man.
It's gonna be tough, but he gotta pull it off, bro.
I'm not gonna watch that game.
I am too. We got the Chargers at the Raiders. I'm sorry.
Okay.
The people are with the Chargers to win this football game. 95% of people who do the pick'ems are picking the Chargers to win this game. Vegas is also with The Chargers minus 200. I'm also rocking with the Chargers.
This is a big game for the Chargers. If the Chargers win and Steelers lose, they flip flop. They become that 5th seed and the Steelers become the 6th seed.
Ooh.
So the Steelers will play Ravens first round.
Ooh, that's a matchup though. That's a matchup.
And the Chargers play the Texans. So who you rather play, the Texans or the Ravens? Come on now. So give me the Chargers.
Yeah.
So Steelers better beat the Bengals, man.
Bro, they better. They better, bro. They better. Or it's gonna
be lit though. Ravens and Steelers first round. Come on, man.
The whole playoffs, the chat gonna be crazy.
I know,
it's
man.
Gonna be crazy, bro.
Cause I think we got the biggest noise in the chat are in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, yep. It's the best years to be in the chat, y'all. The best years to be in the chat. Gotta have thick skin though, I must admit. But
yeah, you do.
Best years to be in the chat. We got the Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams.
Ooh, now this one right here. I don't know.
People who do the pick'ems, 79% of them are picking the Rams to win this football game, even though Matt Stafford is not playing. Vegas, however, is with the Seattle Seahawks. Ooh. Minus 275. Me, Joe, I'm with Vegas. I'm picking the Seahawks to win this football game.
Okay. I want to know if I think Gino is Gino playing? He probably is. Okay. If the Seahawks win, then we will play the Bucks. Which I'm cool with, by the way.
Y'all will play the Bucks if the Seahawks win? Y'all will move up to the 5th spot?
I'm sorry, the Seahawks. Yeah, the Seahawks win. We play the Bucks. Because the Bucks will move to the 3rd spot.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It will be the 6th. So but Jimmy Garoppolo is starting. They playing in LA?
Yes.
Jimmy Garoppolo did beat the 49ers last year at the last game of the season.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Is that because you want a certain matchup?
I don't. I'm cool with Tampa Bay, bro. I really am. Tampa Bay defense ain't that great, man.
I feel that. That's real. That's real.
And Baker over Stafford, Baker, Stafford. Give me Baker. I'm sorry. Sorry, Ant, but
that's an interesting take. That's
over Stafford?
Come playoff time?
Well, Puka Nacua and that dude be running around like Puka Nacua be all over the place. Mike Evans, I mean, he's nice. He is, but he injury prone too.
Wait, I thought so. You said Baker over Stafford or Stafford over Baker?
Stafford over Baker.
Oh, I thought you were saying Baker over Stafford. My fault. I got confused. Okay,
I would take Baker like a game against Baker over Stafford any day.
Okay, got you.
That's what I'm saying. But Baker, you got my respect, my man. Just let you know that.
Yeah, I mean, as an Eagles fan, he got no choice but to have mine. I ain't gonna lie.
And it would be nice to beat Bucks. You know what I mean? We could tell the Eagles, look, y'all, we did something y'all couldn't do it for 2 times. You know, it'd be nice to do that. You know.
We got the Miami Dolphins. We got the Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets.
Hold on, quick, Dave. Who did it beat? Who beat y'all last year then? In the last game of the season? Go ahead, my bad, AJ. Somebody beat y'all last game of the season.
I can't remember either, to be honest.
It was Carson Wentz, I think. Was it Carson Wentz?
You gotta answer that question in the chat.
Go ahead.
But we got the Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets. 87% of people who do the pick'ems are picking the Miami Dolphins to win this game. Vegas is also with the Dolphins minus 115. Give me the Dolphins.
Ooh,
You know what? I saw that Aaron Rodgers said this might be his last game.
Yeah.
Give me the Jets.
And he needs one more touchdown to get. Is it 300 touchdowns or 400? 500? Get another 100. He needs one more touchdown, bro. So I'm going with the Jets, man. It's gonna be in the cold too. It's gonna be in New York, right?
Yes.
Tua might not play either. I think Tyler Huntley's playing again. So give me the Jets.
They good.
And especially Sauce Gardner yesterday. And last week said they didn't come out and play. Last game of the season, y'all. Come on, let's go.
Just go ball. Last game of the year. Go ball.
Y'all need Joe Burrow in the playoffs, man. Get him in the playoffs. Sorry, J-Mo.
J-Mo, like, man, forget it. It's all good.
I don't know, man, because Dolphins in the playoffs, but I just know they're first round exit. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure. No question about it. We got Dave's San Francisco 49ers at Hey, the Niners 6-10. Oh my goodness.
Bro.
We got the Niners at the Arizona Cardinals. 6-10 is crazy. That's crazy, bro. Niners at the Arizona Cardinals. The people are with the 49ers in this football game. 61% of people who do the pick'ems are picking the Niners to win this game. But Vegas is with the Cardinals.
Hey, Dave,
225.
Is Brock Purdy playing? Because he got hurt last game. So
he ain't playing. He done. He done. I know that myself. He done. They're not putting him back out there. Give me the Cardinals. Yep. Give me the Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals.
Dang, they about to be 6-11, bro. You about to have like a top 5 pick.
Hey, and the game maybe of the regular season, we got the 14-2 Minnesota Vikings traveling to the 14-2 Detroit Lions for the number 1 seed in the NFC. Again, quick reminder, whoever loses falls all the way to the 5th seed in the conference. I still think that's crazy work. Thank God the Birds locked in their seeding. The people are rocking with the Detroit Lions to win this football game. 76% of people who do the pick'ems are picking the Lions to win this game. Vegas is with the Detroit Lions.
Oh, I'm about to say,
the Detroit Lions to win this game minus 150.
You put that up good. I thought you about to say the Vikings.
I gotta add a little something to it. I saw your face. I know the audience was thinking the same thing. Like, what are you about to say? So, Joe, who do you got? I will go first. I'm staying true to my earlier prediction. The Detroit Lions need the 1 seed more than the Minnesota Vikings do. They are at home right now. I think they find a way in a hard-fought game to secure the 1 seed and win this football game. Give me the Detroit Lions at the crib.
Yeah, I got Detroit too, man. Detroit, they're gonna win this game. They need it.
Vikings lose this game. I feel bad. I feel bad for any team, either one of these teams that lose this game. I feel for them, bro. It diminishes the Super Bowl chances so much to have to go on. Not to say it's impossible for them to do it. You know how I feel about Detroit. I already talked about that, but it makes it tough, bro, to have to go on the road as a 5th seeded team and make noise like that, bro. You got to go through 3 games to get to the Super Bowl. Tough, man. Tough. But that's all the games, Joe. That's all the games.
Who's your Super Bowl pick again?
My Super Bowl pick, if I'm not mistaken, was the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens.
I had the Packers and the Ravens.
Ooh. Also, you got to stay true to that. They about to see us. So you got to stay true to that.
Packers. I mean, we can already see Packers and Commanders in NFC Championship. And we host it. You know what I mean? We can host it. Playoff game.
That would be wild, bro. I'm not even sure if I'd want to watch it at that point. You know
that would be. That's what Dan Quinn said. He said we get a 6 seed. There's a small chance you can host a playoff game.
Man,
he's right.
They crazy. That's low-key disrespect to Philly, but I understand. I get it.
You never know. You know, and maybe they will play Philly. Never mind. They're gonna be locked in Philly. Great show, AJ, man. Listen, shout out to everybody who tuned in. Shout out to the whole R2R network. Shout out to the whole R2R family. Shout out to my bro Dimitri for the super chat. We appreciate you. Always appreciate all the chats, but we appreciate definitely the colorful ones, the super chats. Commanders, man. I like what I see. Jaden Daniels, man, you proving me right every time. You proving me right, man. I was trying to tell people you didn't look like yourself against the first Philly game. You know, then we played Dallas. They were a little concerned with you. I'm like, yo, can we drop my man back more? And they've been dropping you back more. You've been cooking, man. So I like the clutchness you showed against the Falcons. That gave a lot of fans more hope. We already had it for the playoff run because we need performances like that when moments get tight for you to just take over like you did against the Falcons. Which is a pretty decent defensive team, by the way. They got a lot of good veteran, good secondary, all that stuff. You know, Bates and Simmons. They got a good team over there. AJ Terrell, you know. Kings, man. I already talked about y'all. I ain't got much to say about y'all, man. Texas, shout out to y'all for winning y'all game against Arizona State. Scatterbo, I think that's your name. You a dog. Hey, you won MVP. You deserved it. Georgia got smacked today. Shout out to Notre Dame. And that's what I got. That's what I got with y'all.
First things first, man. Shout out to everybody on the R12 with R12 that's watching, that's leaving comments. Shout out to Dimitri for the super chat. Definitely appreciate it. Shout out to everybody that's watching on my channel. Timeout, full timeout. Appreciate all y'all. I think we got up to like 30 at one point today. So shout out to everybody that's viewing, man. It's a pleasure being here with you, Joe. Shout out to you for today's show. It was a great one. Lakers, these days I don't have really much to say to y'all. Shout out Bronny though. He's been really playing really well in the G League. You know, I do like what I've seen out of Bronny. That's pretty cool. But I don't really have nothing else to say about the Lakers other than what I've been saying, make a move, or I mean, they did trade D'Lo though. So I kind of like that move, get some defense on the perimeter. That was pretty cool. I appreciate that because our defense on the perimeter was terrible. So give credit where it's due. We need more moves though if we're really trying to compete, which I know we're not trying to do. So why waste your time? It is what it is. Eagles. First off, more importantly, Eagles fans, simmer down. Simmer down. Look at history. Look at what happened last year. Look at what happened in 2017. Look at what happened in 2022. Look at what happened when we had rest. How well we did. Look at what happened when we didn't have rest. How poorly we did. We will be okay. Philadelphia Eagles. Y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all get y'all rest. Nurse them injuries. You know what I mean? Drink all the Gatorade you need. Keep your body in good shape. And sit back and study them Green Bay Packers. Study them. Look at all the film you can look at and make sure you're ready. Shout out to JJ Ajae, who is starting to ball 6 picks on the season. That's my dog. So shout out to him. Shout out to the team. Hurts. Can you please come out of concussion protocol? I'm slightly nervous. Slightly. It's very slight. You've been in concussion protocol a little too long, bro. It's time to get the mind right and come on out and get the practicing. All right.
He's still in protocol?
He's still in protocol, bro.
Ooh. I thought you were just sitting out. Dang.
Oh, bro, he's in protocol. So if Hurts, if somehow, some way Hurts ain't available for the playoff game, I'm going to cry. I'm going to break down. But I'm assuming he's gonna be fine. Yeah. Birds, y'all, we in a good space, y'all. Let's get ready to make this run, man. That's all I got, Joe. You know what the phrase is, man. We remain unfazed.
Unfazed. Let's go. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.